Cheesecake on a hill, a thrill sick and make it deal. Sugar city, action wasted time. Town of lunatics, begging for another fix. Trading tricks for speedboats one more night. Making your ass was again. Time in a empty handed. Burning it right. Last of the times I lie. Drugstore hooligan, another white trash mannequin on display to rot up on the hill. Living out alive, living the time of his life, hating every minute of his existence. Burning it like I'm last of it on Taiwan, yeah.
Alright, sorry about that intro, that was a little weird. I accidentally chose the wrong song. If you guys read the caption, you guys should know that I am very sick right now, so the only reason why I'm really doing the show is because I just can't get back to sleep. I want to, but I don't know. Whenever I'm sick, I have the worst nightmares. So it's like part of me chooses not to sleep, and the other part of me fights to stay awake. So yeah, alright. So it's the 23rd today, so cheers to you guys. Honestly, in my opinion, and there's no scientific evidence to back up my claim here, but I've noticed for me being sick, the cure, not really a cure, but you know how like hangover cures are not necessarily a cure, it just helps relieve the symptoms. Like a hangover cure that involves like, eggs and maple syrup and that, every culture has their own hangover cure. What always worked for me for hangover was pesole. And so I would just make like, that was the beauty of being sick and working at a taqueria. So I go to my taqueria and I would just tell them, hey, make me a big ass bowl of pozole, and I would just make it as hot as possible, and that was, at the time that was the best hangover cure. My first wife, the one that I'm still very much in love with and I'll never get back. She had this awesome. Isn't it funny how I just like bypass my own personal bullshit? Yeah, this is the shit that I live with every day. So, what was I saying about hangover cures? My first wife had this. We used to do this thing with like beefaroni or chili mac from Chef Boyardee, and just like douse it in, like drown it in Tabasco or Louisiana sauce. I think it was Louisiana sauce and Tapatio, And so it would just be this flaming hot bowl of fucking soup. And it's the same idea as the pozole. So for being sick, my cold remedies have always been marijuana and chocolate. Now, the reason why I say chocolate for being sick is because chocolate, dark chocolate, has a lot of antioxidants. So it's actually good to eat chocolate when you're sick. So I've noticed my personal way of remedying being so sick is definitely by smoking a lot of weed and eating a lot of chocolate. And then I also used to have this like ritual, because I only get sick maybe once a year, probably every 2 years I get sick, and usually it only lasts me about a day. But when I get hit, it's just like the end of the world to me. I'm a typical man. I'm such a baby when I'm sick, and so my first wife had, this ability to just make me feel better just by being there. But yeah, marijuana and chocolate always seem to work. And then a glass of red wine, also because of the antioxidants, and it helps your immune system. So yeah, a glass of red wine, marijuana, and chocolate. That seems to be my remedy, and it fucking works, man. It's worked since I was 15 and I first discovered it, and yeah. What's it called? We've been on Twitch for a little bit and starting to get more people. Of course, we have our resident dinosaur fairy tale death. Get out of here. But we also got guys like Big Chungus over there. He's cool. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go away. So yeah, we really want to thank Twitch for just having another platform, man. It's just nice, don't get so much crap from people on Twitch. I mean, obviously we're not that popular at all, so yeah, it's weird to get bad feedback anyway, because we usually just discuss things that are true, and I back up everything that I say. I completely back up, and there's nothing I've ever said to you guys that I would ever take back. So I'm looking through my notes, and all of them have already been used up, so I have no clue as to what this is going to be about. That's why I just labeled it Being Sick Sucks. So in the news, what's going on with the in the political realm is just fucking hilarious. That Fox News is being sued by Dominion, which is the makers of the ballot boxes for our election. Now, because of all of this dubious talk about the broken system and how these ballot systems don't work, and they're trying to say that these machines don't work, well, that was a huge mistake. Because, Fox News is known for spouting out outright lies and half-truths and just outright lies. And what's really funny is that they had Sean Hannity, which in my opinion, Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, and Bill O'Reilly, Rush Limbaugh, and Mike Lindell, I would love to put in just a giant blender and just fucking press the button, dude. But Yeah, Roger Ailes too. But uh, it's just disgusting that you have Sean Hannity going on, under oath, and you know, being caught lying under oath is a huge fucking deal, and perjury is not accepted. So it's just disgusting how Sean Hannity had said from day one that he didn't believe that the results of the 2020 election were dubious. He never believed it for 1 second. Yet he was, for the last 2 years, we've heard him nonstop talking about how it was a flawed system and these fucking machines didn't work, yada 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 yada. None of that shit was true. They had nothing to back that up. And they, you know, had an entire campaign of fear mongering, and you had people not trusting the mail-in ballots and the early voting. You guys told the elderly, that these systems don't work, and basically telling them not to do it. And then when they find out, they lost the election, and they had the fewest numbers for mail-in and early voting. I love how they said for some reason people didn't do it. It's like, are you fucking joking me? You guys have been saying these machines and these systems don't work. You scared these fucking people into doing what you wanted, which was a dumb idea in the first place. And now you not only go back on your word, but you act like you never said it at all. And these people are crazy for not voting early and shit. You told them not to. And so there's just no sense of responsibility anymore in journalism and in media. And it's like Denzel Washington said, everybody wants to be the first, but not the best. And it's like, yeah, don't worry about if the story is true or not. Just be the first to tell it. That is a terrible fucking way of looking at things, and Denzel not just nailed it on the head with that. It was a perfect fucking way of saying it, because that's all the news system, media system is now, is just trying to be the first to adhere to some bullshit without backing it up, without vetting it, without doing the proper journalistic research, and they just shout out these blatant, just blanket excuses and statements. And the fact that this entire news organization that's built around the Republican Party and is built for older folks, for the elderly, we all know who our demographics are. I know damn well that my demographic is not, Mensa members and shit. So, and I have a very small audience, but I at least know who my audience is. Maybe not personally, but I mean, like, I know what kind of people will watch my shit or like my music or whatever you're doing. You know who your fans are. You know what kind of people that you bring around, because you are who your friends are, and sometimes you are who your fans are. And it's just pathetic that you have a guy that's saying that he knew from the get-go that he was spouting lies and propaganda, and not a single factual basis was ever found. And these guys just want to have have it all, be able to have no accountability, to make all this impact but with no accountability. There's a reason why that Spider-Man phrase is what it is, you know. Power and responsibility are linked. They are not separate issues, you know, they're not separate topics, they're linked. And if you can't see the chain that links them, you're either naive or you're stupid. Because, you know, you knew what you were doing. You knew there was no factual basis on what you were saying, but you said it anyway. You caused all this fucking mayhem. You don't want to take responsibility for it. And then you get on the stand and you fucking admit that you've been spouting out bullshit for the last fucking, you know, the last 2 years. And it's goddamn pathetic because it's just, can you imagine, you know, in the 60s a journalist doing that? I mean, if you ever watched movies from movies like my god, what was it? My Girl Friday. You watch that movie and you really get a sense of how fast paced the journalism world is. And so yeah, His Girl Friday, is it His Girl Friday or My Girl Friday? My Girl Friday, isn't it? So yeah, His Girl Friday. I'm sorry. So it's one of my favorite movies too. And so His Girl Friday, I'm just very sick. It's hard for me to think. So when you watch His Girl Friday and you get a good sense of how fast paced these guys talk, how fast paced all this news comes in and out, and so she basically, it's a great movie with oh man, I'm too fucking sick to talk about the actors and actresses right now. But it's just a really great movie. And I'm just saying, there was so much, not ethics, but there was so much pride in the journalism that they provided. And so I can't see today's media fitting in there, because back then you had to have facts. You had to back it up somehow. And then you watch like The Wire and you get a very different feel for the press, because when you're watching, you know, movies from the black and white era and you watch those movies on journalism, you see how much work is put into a single statement. But when you watch The Wire, you notice this one guy, you know, starts getting by lying about this fucking interview that he had with this surprisingly interesting, you know, subject that he met in the vacants and all the I'm sorry, you know, homeless people. So he goes down to interview a homeless person, and he comes back with this great story, but nobody to back it up, and it was showing that the news or that media company knew that he was probably full of shit, or that he didn't have all the evidence he needed, but it was creating a buzz, so they wanted to keep it going. That shows you what the media is today. They don't give a shit about being right. They don't give a shit about being factual. They just want to be the first. Okay? And it sucks. This is gonna be my time. I'm just not feeling it today. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, what's it called? It's the 23rd, so, and it's Friday, so it's the last show of the week. So enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Christmases. Love you guys. Yeah, happy Merry Christmas and all that shit. Love you. Check out uselessagent at gmail.com. I'm sorry, uselessagentmusic at gmail.com. And love you guys. Take care of each other. And as always, we'll see you on the other side. Take it easy, guys.